Hi. So, haha, it is only 3 days now, 3 days to the summit. So, all the interviews are done with all the speakers now. This has been a great thing for me to focus on because I know a lot of people have got more things going on in lockdown with regards to homeschooling if they've got young children. Luckily, my girls are a little bit older, so I don't have that problem. So this has been a fantastic focus when you're stuck indoors. So what I'm going to be talking about on the summit is what my background is, I suppose. 24 years in the fitness industry, although that means I almost feel a little bit cheated. For a quarter of a century, I was giving out what I realise now was very poor advice, and that is with relation to your nutrition side for if you wanted to lose weight. Now, I always struggled a little bit with my weight, but I exercised so much that yes, I was out exercising it, I suppose. At one point I was probably teaching about 26 classes a week. However, 3 years ago when I gave up teaching, I wasn't doing that exercise and eating normally, and then picking up bad habits because I was at home, which possibly is a position that a lot of people are in right now. It's quite interesting when I asked the question at the beginning of this week, who is, eating more in lockdown and who isn't. From the response that I got, seemed to be a common thread, and it seemed to be the ones that were feeling more stress or felt they were under a little bit more stress were tending to be eating more. Those who had it all together, they knew what they were doing, they were having ways of dealing with their stress and anxiety, tended to be saying, no, I'm in control of it. And that is quite interesting for me, because I totally believe that a lot of people that do struggle with their weight, a lot of it will be related to emotional eating. Which, yes, I did start to fall into that with the first couple of weeks of lockdown through looking at all the negative stuff on the news, and then having this summit to focus on has then in effect helped me get back into control of my eating. So I really find it quite interesting. So during the summit, I am going to be sharing my 5 powerful pathways to losing weight and feeling good, because I'm sure that you all will understand that it's a lot more complicated than just getting a meal plan and trying to stick to a meal plan. There are all sorts of things going on, habitually, we may be reaching for foods when we're under stress, so a lot of it is going to be down to our mindset. So I'm going to be giving you some tools, some tricks to focus in on that. And obviously the nutrition, if you have been following me for a while, you know that I now follow a low carb, high fat lifestyle, even though for most of us, we've all been taught that fat is bad for us. So if you're reaching for low fat or 0% fat products, we now realize that, this just simply isn't true. The fat is not bad. And in fact, the more fat you eat, the more fat you can burn if you do it correctly. So carbs, yes, I'm not a huge fan of carbs. That doesn't mean that all carbs are unhealthy. What it means is that if we are addicted to carbs, then you're going to do much better if you stick to a low carb, high fat diet, because sugar is addictive. And I'm not just talking about the sweet stuff. I'm talking about bread, pasta, rice, potato, all those sort of comfort foods, the starchy carbohydrates. At the end of the day, even vegetables and fruit are carbohydrate. Yeah, but they all break down differently. So my whole presentation, it's not just about weight loss, okay? It is about the health of our bodies, about reversing or stopping and reversing type 2 diabetes, which the NHS spend £10 billion a year on type 2 diabetes. And it is a self-inflicted, Not your fault, because we've been following the guidelines that were set to us. We were told years ago that fat is bad, okay? And we were told to eat pasta and all of this. And so the advice was wrong. The advice about salt in a food. There's so many things that we now know wasn't really the whole story. So this isn't just about weight loss. It's about living healthily. It's about lowering inflammation. We are now more than aware in this pandemic about the danger of having inflammation in the body. It's not good for us. How can we lower that? Well, we can by cutting out sugar. We can by introducing fasting. So I'm going to be talking about fasting as well. That is deliberate, conscious periods of time where you do not eat. Again, I was brought up to believe that, you shouldn't go too long without food, and that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Again, we now know that this isn't strictly true. However, for most people, they would struggle to go without breakfast because of this addiction to carbohydrate, addiction to glucose to operate. When we switch that, and it takes a while because there's no magic pill, there is no quick fix. I really don't believe there ever will be one, because just like all of the other speakers have been talking about, everything to do with the mind, all these things take time. Just because you hear something once doesn't mean you're going to change your life forever. It's the consistent daily actions over time creates a habit. This is all sinking into the subconscious mind. Once we're there, then it's very, very easy to operate. It's the same with your nutrition. It's the same with exercise. You can't expect to, get a six-pack abs with your first workout, can you? It takes time. So it's the same with this. So that is what I'm going to be sharing on the summit. I'm really looking forward to it myself. I'm very honoured to have 20 amazing women all sharing just phenomenal tips, tools. It doesn't matter what area they're coming from. It's all for the goodness for us. A little bit of time for self-care in lockdown, which is why it's called Take on the World, Ladies. Look good and feel amazing even in lockdown. When I say even though look good, it's more about how we perceive ourselves. Got to be a little bit kinder to ourselves, even if, the roots are showing through and the nails, and it's not about that side of things. It's about how we feel on the inside. So if you haven't got your ticket, you know what to do. You'll get access. Don't worry, don't stress. You'll get access to the summit site as soon as it opens. And if you still haven't got your ticket, you can register there and then and get direct access into the summit. Anyway, each presentation will be available for 48 hours. So if you miss any of them that you didn't want to, you'll still get access to them. And if you would like the recordings, then you can always upgrade at any time. So have a great weekend, and I will see you all Monday morning, ready to start. First presentation goes live at 10 a.m. So I will do a Facebook Live at 9:30 to set it off. Bye for now.